Hi, I'm Pam Krueger, founder of Wealthramp, with Jay Hummel, partner and co-founder of AiK2 Insurance, and Dan Jones, who works with Jay. And just like Jay, Dan was also an advisor himself. And we're coming at this topic about business insurance from the perspective of the RIA, not from the insurance perspective. So I'm going to quickly run through some questions that are going to help you understand how what Jay and Dan are doing is streamlining the entire process of finding the coverage at the best possible price, best possible premium. So thanks you guys for being here. Let me ask you another question about risk, because increasingly we're seeing more interest in alternative investments, including crypto. So as it relates to E&O, D&O, and this kind of insurance, how should advisors be thinking about crypto, for example, when they consider their insurance coverages?
Well, it's such a new asset class, right? I mean, I think that's the real question. Is it an asset class? Is it an asset? Is it a currency? I think there's a lot of discussions out there of what is crypto and whether an advisor should advise a crypto allocation. You had a big firm like Morgan Stanley come out and say in the future they think it's an asset class, much like a commodity. One of the things that we focused on at AiK2 is the majority of E&O and D&O policies don't cover it. Don't cover if you allocate crypto to your clients, and we've worked with our carriers to make sure that it's covered. So that's a big differentiator for how we're doing business with firms is to actually have it covered in case there's a lawsuit relative to the allocation. But I think it's green field, right? And I think Dan, you can weigh in. I think it's very few firms that we see that are doing it yet, but I think there's a lot of people talking about it.
That's right. Yeah, one thing to remember with insurance is it's all about the definitions. So when you read the policy, it's the exclusions, it's what's included, what's not included. And a lot of the times, the majority of the time, a lot of alternative investments, including cryptocurrency, is not included under your E&O policy. So it has to be specifically included. And we do that with our policies for firms that are using that as an investable asset for their clients.
So you're seeing that as a trend that's obviously picking up. How many firms would you say are you working with? Because I know you launched about a year ago. So how many firms would you say out of your total firms are dealing with alternatives, including crypto, that you've been able to help?
That's a great question. I would say 65-70% of firms are using some sort of alternative. Out of that, I would say maybe 20%, 15-20% are into the crypto space, or at least thinking about it. We get a lot of questions about, I want the coverage, but I'm not yet using crypto. I'm thinking about using crypto, but I don't know how to do it. So we'll partner them with one of our partners that we work with that could help educate them on crypto as well.
AiK2 with Jay and with Dan, advisors can have, and I really urge you to take Jay up on the offer to have a consultation. I have one question about assessing their current policies and so forth for our advisors in our network. Do they have to have a certain assets under management in order for this to make sense?
No, we'll review it. We got a great team with Dan and his team. Dan runs sales and relationship management for us. His team sits there with experts. All we really need is their current policies, or if the firms that are watching this aren't covered today, many of them, before the Schwab and Fidelity mandates, self-insured, which was fine. That now they need insurance. So no, there's no size. We started this business to help people in this realm because we felt like there weren't people out there helping the kinds of firms that we were dealing with, and so all we need is a current policy or somebody to reach out to Dan and his team, and they'll do a review for them.
Yeah, and that's why I love partnering with you, because it's an insider's guide. It's an RIA insider's guide to E&O, D&O, and the kind of insurance that you need. And to get this really great offer of having an assessment and an evaluation, go to wealthramp.com and then add /AiK2. So take Dan and Jay's offer seriously. Come on in and see if they can drastically streamline the process and maybe even find better insurance at a better premium. And thanks both of you for answering these questions.
No, of course. No, Pam, we're excited about the partnership, and you guys are, as always, are doing great things for your firms, and we'd love to service them and help them if we can.